The second thing is the art of conversation is lost, bro.
I can very, very quickly tell apart within the first 2 minutes. People that want to hear and listen, and people that just want to like hear themselves talk. Don't be the latter. Please don't be the latter. Yeah.
Even our physical regimens, they've become so complex that somebody who's overweight doesn't necessarily mean they're eating a lot. Wait, okay, we'll delve into you. Why do you think it's pessimistic?
Delve into me, that's a wife for that.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that people practice being good listeners. And that being said, do you think you're a good listener? How good of a listener do you feel like you are?
I'm a better listener than people give me credit for, I personally think.
Yeah.
I do think there's room for improvement in it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as the perfect listener. But I think elements of what entails being a good listener, I think I've got pretty down pat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, what is the ingredients necessary to be a good listener?
A certain level of humility, understanding that everything you know isn't necessarily fact, or your presuppositions aren't necessarily correct in any given context. If that makes sense. So the example I can give with that is, say I just met you first thing, and like, I never met you before. Now you give me like a common misconception of you.
A common misconception of me?
Yeah.
Is that I am incredibly selfish.
Alright, boom. So a misconception I have of you, if when I first meet you, is that you're incredibly selfish, yeah? And I'll just stop there. I won't even think of nothing. That would be like the only thing I think of you, innit? But I won't think, okay, maybe he's acting a certain way because of some kind of past trauma. That's one thing I do a lot now. Thinking to myself is, are the people that I speak to a certain way because of certain turbulent experiences? That's something we're doing really quite like consciously in it, very actively. Because I realize a lot of people I get along with really well, more often than not, end up having a lot of pain. A lot of pain in their backgrounds, isn't it?
What you're saying is funny.
Yeah.
Because the thought I've recently embraced more of, what I see isn't the full picture.
Yeah, precisely that.
Yeah.
Precisely that, yeah.
Obviously, we've been trained, I think, through human evolution to pick context clues from things and create a framework of what we believe. Yeah. But I think humanity as a group have become so complex in our socializations, our emotional interactions, even our physical regimens. They've become so complex that like somebody who's overweight doesn't necessarily mean they're eating a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so and I guess a lot of people aren't
exactly that's exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah. There's a lot more to what you're seeing. There's a lot more to people's like initial first impressions. You know what I mean? It's always a story, always a grander scheme of things that have components that you might not even be familiar with. You know what I mean? And you end up coming to these conclusions because you have such a very limited perspective or experience with certain kinds of people. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole idea behind racism. Oh, I've seen a certain few people that look a certain kind of way, act a certain kind of way. All of them had to act that kind of way. Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say you have good character judgment?
Questions like that, I can judge. Questions like that, your judgment of that would be more accurate. Would you say I have good character judgment? You've met the people. You've met the people closest to me.
So what you've just said,
yeah,
I completely disagree with.
Yeah, you think
I'm the polar opposite of that opinion. I think it takes a level of self-awareness. That not everybody has.
Yeah.
But I think that, when you meet people through life, you learn people you should be around versus people you shouldn't. Yeah. Some people don't learn that, but you should.
Yeah.
And the only way to trust that the person you're trusting is the right person to trust is to trust your own character judgment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if you can't judge your own character judgment, how can you trust your character judgment?
I've met a cognitive. I love that. Yeah.
I don't even. Yeah.
And I guess you're right. Actually, I guess if I stop trying to be humble for a second, I would say I think I'm really good with my character judgment.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know that personality testing? The 16 personalities. Like, I'm not like an avid advocate of MBTI or 16 personalities, but one thing I did the other day, and I keep doing with people that I meet, is like asking them if they're aware of it. Then I guess the personality type, and I swear to God, I get that shit on point like 9% of the time. I did it with a girl like 2 days ago. I was like, "Oh, are you ENFJ?"
You on a date?
And I did it with a girl a couple of days ago.
I was gonna say.
I was it a date? I mean, yeah, it's a story for another time.
Okay.
The point is, I was with a girl like yesterday. I was like, "Oh, are you ENFJ?" She's like, "Oh my God, how did you know?" I was like, "Cause I know you already off of 2 conversations."
It's a pretty good framework, though.
It's a good framework, isn't it?
Exact,
it's a really nice step in the right direction. Personality test, you know what I mean?
100%. In terms of my character judgment,
yeah,
I'm still you know one thing I fail to do that I'm starting to just get good enough at, but I still fight a lot.
Yeah.
Is being able to judge people's opinions of me based on my interactions with them. I'm getting better at, but I still don't think I'm very good at.
Yeah.
Where like.
Yeah, say my view is very pessimistic usually.
You pessimistic?
No, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, we'll delve into you. Why do you think it's pessimistic?
Delve into me. That's a wife and I had to do what I do one time, innit? You see, I don't even believe in all that. I don't even believe in all that, but I had to do it to you at least once, innit? You know what I'm saying? I had to do it at least once. I hate doing that, but I had to do it to you at least once.
That was sick. Right. You got me still.
It's the hot innit?
And it's not. So for real, yeah. What about your character assessment of people's opinion of you is quite pessimistic?
Like sometimes people will just be anxious or like sad or like negative, feeling negative emotions for things that don't concern me, and I'll quickly assume it's because of something I said or something that I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess
that's like a common thing that I do.
And like, make it better for better relationships.
Yeah, it does. And again, once again, that's like another reminder to you that you're not. There's a grander scheme, there's a grander story behind everyone that you sonder. I think that's like one of that's one of the most important words of this channel. There's one word that I want you niggas to like pick apart from our. I'm trying to think of like a crazy way to say large vocabulary. Supremely developed vernaculars. It's supremely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If there's anything you're gonna pick from us, it's gonna be that word. Like everyone you meet.
Top 10 words, man.
For real, everyone like take a moment to realize everyone you meet has like a grander story, a grander like a grander universe that you know nothing about type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Life isn't a movie. It's a bunch of infinite movies happening at the same time.
It's not one movie. That's it. One thing about my character judgment though, whenever I'm in conversations with people, I can very, very quickly tell apart within the first 2 minutes people that want to hear and listen and learn a thing or two, and people that just want to like hear themselves talk. Don't be the latter. Please don't be the latter. I know quite a few people who I run into every now and then, and they'll just yap about themselves for a good 20 minutes straight, and I'll just sit there like this. I'll just sit there like this. Oh, word. That's crazy. But you should be able to tell apart that I'm quite like socially fatigued. You know what I'm saying?
Angel's advocate.
Go on.
My angel's advocate argument. Devil's advocate, but we don't mess with devils over here.
Also, angel's advocate doesn't make sense because angels are always good. So you don't need an advocate for an angel.
No, man, I don't care what if it makes sense. I'm not a devil, man. And it's not. My argument is two-pronged there. Okay, so the first part is, Kid Cudi had a TED Talk one time.
Yep.
And he was like, there's a million things I could talk about,
yep,
but I'm going to talk about the thing that I know the most about, which is me. A lot of people struggle with talking about things they're not confident on. They're not like me and you, who can like speculatively discuss something we don't have any knowledge on based off the sheer curiosity of understanding someone else's thoughts on it. We are kind of not the majority in that regard. A lot of people aren't like that.
That's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? So most people, if you spoke about skiing, they'll tell you the closest thing that they can relate to skiing in regards to themselves. So they'll tell you about that one time they went ice skating, which doesn't relate, but in their head, there's a dot that's being connected. So in their head, they're making great conversation.
I need to hear that, actually. I need to hear that.
Yeah. So when they're talking about themselves, not necessarily that they're talking from a place of selfishness. It's just that I don't know what else to talk about that I'm confident talking about.
That's true, yeah.
That's the first thing. The second thing is the art of conversation is lost, bro. People don't know how to conversationally thread. And if you pick up one thing from this, it's conversational threading. It's every conversation is a journey without an end goal. The only difference between I think a conversation is like chains, right? Every topic has a link to the next topic. To the next topic, and it's on not one person and two-person conversation to drive a conversation forward, which is why I struggle dating in the first place, right?
Yeah.
I'm the person who's like, and what about, and so, and for real, but do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas it's a lot easier to talk to someone who's like, I want you to give, and I want to draw out.
Yeah.
And I want to give.
Yeah.
And I want you to draw out. It's like a ballet dance, waltz and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the art of conversation, that's one thing. Character judgment, like everything else, is a muscle. There's people you're going to meet and you're going to introduce into your life that are going to do you dirty, that are going to do things you don't understand, that are going to have wrong moral judgments, which is a whole separate conversation. Your job isn't to get it right every time. It's every time you have a bad experience of judging someone's character wrong, you pick up where you went wrong, the assessment you went wrong, and in life understanding what kind of people you want to be around. Curate the people you want to surround yourself with. That's me.
Curate the people you want to surround yourself with, because once again, people are fluid, they're dynamic. The people that you meet won't necessarily be the exact same people in a few years or months from that point, you know what I mean? So that's another thing. You can always change people for the better. Seek to inspire, you know what I mean? That's my new perspective, because I'm coming to terms with the fact that not many people are like me. I mean, that's how I feel at least. But at least I can kind of like, if they want to, give them a page from my book or two, and then boom, that's how you have it. So,
boom.
And that's us for today.
Seek to inspire and curate your friendships.
100. That was brilliant, bro. This shit was that was beautiful. That was like that one's going out very soon.
That was
I'll tell you that. I don't need to cut out too much from that.
Yeah, that was great.
That was really good.
Thank you.